September. Oh no! The missing link shocked us all by announcing sudden retirement. Hit their physical limit. Oh! How depressing. The missing link, he never quite won a championship. He came close a couple times. Oh, but he'll depart. Alas. A sad day. But a maybe not an icon, but a significant name in the golden age of wrestling came back for one more run with his home country's promotion. And now, perhaps, it is over. Thanks for your contribution, Missing Link. We shall miss you. The Missing Link officially retired. Meanwhile, guys want to get paid. The Missing Link's Team Green, one of his Team Green partners, the Baron Charles. You can no longer make a 6 tag for Team Green. That's sad. Ted. Is that Ted Axel or Terrible Ted? Look into that. Welcome to the Canada Wrestling Promotion. I am your host and CEO, Derek Bogart. With all 4 juniors available, we really should run the junior tag since the championship is late to the party, so to speak. We took forever to finally introduce it. If this title is ever to build up any appreciable history, it needs to be prioritized. The single junior championship is already reasonably rich with a line of champions, so can be backburnered while we give this championship a chance to catch up. So for Canada's Junior Tag Team Championship, Christian and Shota, the Irredeemable, will defend against Owen Miller, Miguel Hernandez, Big Man Complex, and Mexico Miguel. So, speaking of the singles champion, can Type B ride the momentum of his recent junior singles championship victory to become dual junior champ, as Christian just was? So how does this prioritization affect others in the promotion? Shota, Jin Dynasty's most recent addition, puts dynastic aspirations on hold, and the disappointed Trick Prince will have to settle for 2-man tag action along with trusty, reliable Strongheart, which works out fine actually, because since Satan's General is out in poor condition, that leaves his faction too few to compete in the 6 tag either. And so, the Midnight Knight and Satan's Foot Soldier will compete in tag action against the Trick Prince and Strongheart in 2-on-2 tag team contenders match. So another 3-man team thereby cannot be is Team Owens. Missing Big Man Complex to the junior tag. But again, it works out fine because Sharpshooter Syndicate, Canadian Duo Edition, could use opponents for the DFW Tag Team Championship. So Bret Hart and the Canadian Sensation will defend against the 2-man Team Owens. Also in dramatic fight wrestling title action, the overdue rematch for the DFW Heavyweight Championship. The Baron Charles will challenge champion Vampiro. So we saw back in June a true taste of Vampiro's hardcore style. The use of a baseball bat, assaulting then champion Baron Charles in the abdomen and back, leading ultimately to the title change for Dramatic Fight Wrestling's Heavyweight Championship. Canadian controversy? Any chance the referee was playing favorites, favoring the Canadian wrestler, and granting some undue leeway in terms of rule breaking? Disclaimer: as promoter of the Canada Wrestling Promotion, allow me to state for the record that no time have I ever induced an official to carry any kind of Canadian bias within what is meant to be fair competition. Furthermore, I can assure you the referee was spoken to on the matter to ensure understanding. All that being said, as per long tradition in pro wrestling, the referee's decision is final. So I cannot overturn the match result, but what I can do is offer a rematch at the earliest opportunity, which is now. So on the matter of Team Green, since we're down that path, sort of, Ace, Matt Gibson, he is out in poor condition. And with the missing link now retired, should Team Green of any kind or shape form again, there will be no issue about whether the noble titled Baron Charles should have to ignobly concede team leadership to the missing link on seniority grounds. We've seen that. The Baron Charles would be given the tag leader, and the Ace would play backup. So with Vampiro in singles action, that verifies that this event will omit the 6 tag championship. And with that in mind, I did mention recently that Team Terrible is looking for new opponents for Canada's Tag Team Championship. Well, how about old opponents? And another O word for you. Original. Going back to the first ever match of this promotion, now that they've lost the 6 tag titles, Team Canada Blue Duo Edition is free to challenge their old rivals once again, as Wolf Hockfield and Kenny Omega will challenge Team Terrible. And based on the Wolf Omega previous event finisher, I finally figured out what the voice audio is for Omega's team up double knee. The golden trigger, as we saw it in the match result, because it was identified. So I realized in that instance, that's what they're saying when before they knee the guy. It's like kind of in a Japanese accent, because Kenny Omega had some background in New Japan wrestling, and they say golden trigger. So maybe the accent that they were applying to it sort of threw me a little bit. Took me a while to figure what they were saying. So after many matches and several years, so as I said, we won't have the 6 tag championship because the dual champions, Vampiro and Team Terrible, who jointly hold the 6 tag and one other tag, so we can't run the 6 if they're defending their separate titles. But with both titles on the line, who knows, maybe that'll solve the problem of dual champions. We'll have to see what the results are. Just in case you've missed recent events or maybe this is your first time watching, you don't know what I'm talking about. Tried to clarify that. Okay. And we're not done with original matchups. No, sir. The epic clash of big men. For Canada's biggest prize is back on. If you follow this promotion from the inception, you know this rivalry truly needs no introduction by now. Canada's Heavyweight Championship. Featuring Team Big, former Canada's Tag Team Champions, Big Mike and Big Titan. As Big Mike is now also freshly free, having dropped the 6 tag title on Canada Day. He squares up to his old rival / ally in the backstage area and says, I hear CEO Derek Bogart is undecided on who gets the next shot at you. And so the match is set between 3-time Canada's heavyweight champions and the only 2 men to hold this title more than once. And by all rights, this match should be the main event, but there's a but. And it's a big but at that. And that but is blue in color. Battle of the Blues. recent signee, the Blue Blazer versus Blue Hair. And as we take a closer look at the Blazer, lower right of the profile, Trust D, which is the worst level trust can be. So we didn't give the Blue Blazer a $40,000 signing bonus, only to see him change his mind about this promotion and walk out. So since Blue Blazer is not fighting for a title, in order to put him in good matches, I might have called it important matches before, but I just rechecked the help and it says good matches, whatever that means, as the game help suggests. His match will be the main event, as we strive to improve his trust out of the danger range. So, a blue side note. Wise Man, Ted Axel. The Blue Blazers' $90,000 signing bonus partner from previous event. Signing bonus, I think that's right, is out. His neck is red. The $50,000 neck needs recovery after suffering the devastating Exploder Suplex critical finisher from Big Titan previous event. And on a related side note, both members of Team Pearl Harbor, the Wise Man and the Baron, got their raises, which I believe was mentioned earlier. They asked for it and have received, each now making around $5,000 per month, reasonable for higher level stars. So that's matches. Let's go to the always interesting venue portion. Right side there. Right column, if you will. So, top right, expecting an audience of 28,500 in the rural large setting, which seems pretty much our home right now. So you can't think about audience attendance without thinking about merchandise nowadays. So we'll go to that next. So I think I'm pretty happy. Confirm. Management. So as you can see, our merchandise quantities, we are plentiful. There's no reason to mess with that. That might actually last us 2 months, actually, so just keep an eye on that. Also in management, training center. So, I like to keep an eye on this, and just anything that drops to normal, you just get that back to good standing. So a couple touch-ups. Ring doctor. I want to make sure the ring doctor has supplies and decent pay and all the tools and incentive to do his job correctly. Watch over the health of my sires. And, as we just saw with D-Trust, I think the lounge especially we want to do something with, because we have a couple D-Trusts still. We have not just the Blue Blazer, but Vampiro. So I don't want to... would hate to skimp on the comforts and amenities around the training center and give someone a reason to think this place is Bush League. I'm already unhappy. I'm out of here. Don't even have a decent couch to lay in or a big screen TV to turn on. So repair the lounge. Wrestlers less likely to lose trust. Okay. All right, so as is becoming customary, we shall view title belts. Like, there's always something to take a glance at and say, hey, this is what's cool with the history of the titles. So, firstly, with Christian's Junior Championship loss, hate to dwell on it. As we see at the bottom there, his reign ended again with no title defenses. Another one of those one-and-done champions. But it's interesting because Shota, the irredeemable, remains the only one to have ever defended this championship. If you go back up from the very top, the only time you see a guy with positive wins, Shota, 1 win. Reign 7, Shota, 4 wins. The only one who's never just re-lost the title back at the first opportunity is Shota. So, fair to say at this point, up to this point, the greatest Canadian junior champion has to be Shota. I mean, the results are they speak for themselves. Okay, one more. DFW's Tag Team Champions. Sharpshooter Syndicates. 2 Canadians. Bret Hart, Canadian Sensation. So the Hitman and the Sensation. They are tied for the best reign thus far in the history of this championship. Again, go back to the top. Ace Matt Gibson had 2 title defenses in the inaugural reign. There's been some 0s and 1s. Matt Gibson was a 2-time captain of this title, 2-time belt holder. And Bret Hart is now equaled that accolade, as has Team Satan, actually, has had it twice. 4th and 7th. Bret Hitman Hart has had it twice, 5th and 8th. So he's on a 2-win title reign right now, which equals Matt Gibson's original title reign with 2 defenses. So the Hitman, can he excellently execute his way to breaking the record for title defenses on a single reign? Good luck. And if he loses it, he's losing it to another Canadian. So it wouldn't be the worst thing. But how do you not root for the old veteran to put his stamp on this organization? Even if it's not a Canadian title, it's a Canadian-run organization. He has a chance to make history. So how do you not root for him? Unless you're a massive Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels fan, I guess you could do that. If you want to be a jerk. Okay. Put myself back up where I need to be. That's it. Ready to wrestle. September of year 3. Canada's Junior Tag Team Championship. Inaugurated, if you will, in June, episode 30. 30, if you didn't hear that over the fireworks, because we're a big production here nowadays in the Canada wrestling promotion. But that championship not won by that team though. Team Dark, the challengers. From previous event, the irredeemable Shota getting the surprise finish for Jin Dynasty as the lone junior in that 6-tag match. Rather impressive, size-defying feat. And Christian shows some defiance by punching Type B in the face, but eats a body slam for you in return. How about that? For a B word. Type B is for body slam and beat down. As Owen Miller going to work on Christian here, bullying him around the blue corner. More B words. Belly stomp, belly boot, bash to the back, boots. And Christian says, let me get the heck out of here. Eye poke to gain himself some time and then gets the heck out of dodge. The fire breath by Shota. Trying to change the complexion as Owen Miller beats down both members of the championship team. Clubs down Shota, and wow, just carrying the momentum from his junior singles championship win so far. His big man complex with a press slam. Backbreaker, body slam off of the Lit Cola main sponsor logo. Big man complex looking very impressive. Being junior singles champion really agrees with him, but can you withstand a scythe? Well, Mexico Miguel may have saved a bloodletting there by breaking up that scything. Combination striking though, 1-2 punch by Shota. Now he's unloading a barrage. Beat down ball shot combo. And if there's any man who's shown himself able to dominate in junior action, it has been the irredeemable Shota. Shota suplex just now. Superman punch, but we could call it Super Mig punch because it is Miguel after all. Super Mig or Super Mex? Super Mex punch? Do you have a preference? What do we call Mexico Miguel's Superman punch? Big slap, chop. There's a chop and now he's slapping. So it's not slap chop, but it is chop slap. Who cares? Moving on. Exciting action going on right now. Drop kick to the face of the fallen Christian. Team Dark, the challengers looking good. Double drop kick. Teaming up even. Texas Cloverleaf. So back to that eye poke, not a good sign maybe that, I don't know. Christian had trouble with big man complex one-on-one, previous event, lost the title. Now he seems to be having some difficulties with him now. Eye poking type B just to keep him off him. Double suplex. The champions. Team, what did they call them? Gold and Black. On the team up. Team Gold and Black, your champions. Sounds good. Team Dark, your challengers. Working those leg strikes. It's Shota trying to handle both members of the challengers. Working that scythe again for the second time against Owen, and he has drawn blood. Could that be the momentum starter for the champions? Because it seems like it's been the matches favor the challengers so far. Jawbreaker. In Mexico, Miguel gonna fly. Super fly splash off the top rope. 2 count. I don't know if that could have been a finish this early. Still in the 8-minute range, but It looked like Big Man Complex either didn't think it was worth protecting that pin attempt, or he was just too dazed from blood loss. 2.9. It looks as though Shota got out of his own accord there. It wasn't due to a breakup. But are the challengers looking good or what? Now we go back to the original rivalry. Mexico, Miguel, and Shota. The first two juniors that we brought into the Canada Wrestling promotion. First two champions, respectively. And they traded the belt back and forth over a significant period before the coming of Christian, which changed the landscape. Double drop kick by Team Dark, where they leave behind some blood there. It's Owen. It occurs to me that Owen Miller has fast become a star here, as he nails that Death Valley driver. Boston Crab to see how close Christian might be to being finished. Does not get the submission. But yeah, we got Owen Miller. He's got like the double nickname of Type B. I expanded that B to mean Big Man Complex. Not a lot of guys who have that many designations. It didn't take him long to win the junior championship. Football charge off the hold from the apron. Mexico Miguel held Christian in place, while Big Man launched a big charge. Now we get all four competitors in the ring. We'll see an assisted vertical suplex as the challengers, the champions, scramble to do something about this dark storm they've had to deal with. Meanwhile, what do we see? We've seen eye poke, we've seen punching, ground and pound to the back of the head. Haymaker attempted there by Shota. Counter forearm, shiver by Mexico Miguel. He goes for the Frankenstein into the pinning combination. It's broken up, however. Save didn't, the prevention didn't get there in time to stop the save anyway. Biting. And now both members of the challengers have been opened up, holding and hitting. Again, holding and hitting by Shota. Pretty good strategy. Body slam into challenger corner. Tags out. Clubbing blows by Big Man. Wow, he's just looking to just knock Shota senseless here. Somehow Shota has the wherewithal to back off. Looked like he was going to flee the ring. Took a moment to try to engulf Type B with the fire breath. Wow, vertical suplex over the head into the stunner or diamond cutter. Suplex stunner, maybe? Dragon, screw leg rip. Well, the blood loss perhaps would favor the champions, I would say. Over the course of time, that might just pay dividends. The running splash. We're on the champion's side of the ring, not likely to get a 3 count there. The save was made. Torture, grinding blood, collecting, adding more red to the center of the ring. Lit Cola apparently doesn't bring enough red to the appearance of this presentation. We need blood as well. Oh, steals the move. Suplex stunner by Christian. Haymaker. The back of the head by Shota, and it's Owen's turn to have the wherewithal to get the heck out of there when things are not going his way. Assisted powerbomb. Drop kick to the face. Wild affair for this junior championship. Running brainbuster. Modified brainbuster. Here's the beatdown. And Shota finishes it off with the nut kicks. as he's known for. And he's content to draw more blood if he can, scythe across the mask. Challengers look good in the early going, but will the blood cost them? Will the champions hold on to this in the end? Whirlwind striking, battering the bejesus. Mexico Miguel flying clothesline. Unprettier. Christian pounding the back of the head. Owen Miller says, no, I'm not going to stand by and wait for that to keep going. It seems like the champions have not had any serious pin attempts or any at all so far. Tree of Woe. Wow, working together in the turnbuckle of the challengers. Anyway, I was saying the champs, I don't think they've had any real serious pin attempts, but it doesn't mean they're not close. All it takes is the one when it counts. Shota wisely gets the fresh person in. He was winding up that fire breath. But Type B was ready, battered him with clubbing blows, puts a stop to that nonsense. Some wear down here on the holding and hitting. Oh. Impaler DDT. Vlad the Impaler, going back to the vampire days of Edge and Christian. Backbreaker. Body slam. Winds up the arm, or does he have a shoulder problem? It's probably he's winding up the dude, thinking he's going to do something special. And now, Big Man Complex had a chance to escape that predicament, that 2-on-1, but he held his ground and fought them both off. And now he earns a 2-on-1 advantage for the challenger team. Shota calling for the finish. Mexico Miguel out of desperation gets the ankle takedown. Now he'll eat a barrage of shots to the back of the head. Type B makes a save. You've got all four men in the ring now. Wild, bloody affair to start this event. Barrage blows, beating the crap out of Mexico Miguel again. And we have the submission. Blood everywhere. And the champions retain off of was probably an ankle lock. Yeah, the champs took it away. So the challengers looked good early on, but I wonder if I was right with my assessment that all the blooding that took place, I don't want to say the good work done, but by Shota, the good in terms of effective for his team of the drawing blood tactics may have paid dividends over time. And they do the champions. Still, Canada's junior tag, Team Gold and Black. Christian and the Redeemed, we're kind of unofficially calling him Shota. Still not a nice guy. Match 2. Still in the 2-on-2. Moving on to heavyweights. So we just saw Shota be successful in the opener, leaving the short-handed Jin Dynasty settling for non-title tag action. I bet the Trick Prince is not in love with this. Meanwhile, Team Satan, minus General, led by the Knight, probably plenty capable of leadership. Aforementioned leaders start us off. The Midnight Knight using his momentum there to bowl down the opposing champion. Catches that martial arts kick and gains the trip. Backdrop suplex. Midnight Knight looking very good. With the suplex now that he's got a chance to not settle for subordination. Clothesline attacking the foundations. Finally, some sort of counter by the Trick Prince, but once again we see the Knight with the upper hand. He's even handling them both at the same time. But I guess that had to end at some point. Eventually the 2-on-1 caught up to the Knight. Eats the fire jumping powerbomb followed by the dragon screw leg whip. But he's not just, escaping at the first opportunity. He figures, well, I'll fight this guy too. Strongheart suplex, but yeah, maybe the Knight figures this is supposed to be tag action. I can't just beat both these guys by myself. Heroic effort, though. The fitting valiancy on display by the Knight. He gives way to the foot soldier now, Will Stewart, the big man. Bullying Strongheart in the turnbuckle now. Some punches, just laying him out. Yep, for the most part winning that test of strength, but hey, he is called Strongheart for a reason. He's a strong guy. And he body slams the big man out of the ring. Fun start. Fun first few minutes. Arm drag. Take down some old school there. Did he go for a pin attempt just now? Off an arm drag takedown? Did that just happen? Am I imagining things? I don't imagine any match in history has been won off an arm drag takedown, but who knows? Some sort of Strongheart sleeper stretch there we just saw. All four men in the ring. Assisted powerbomb as the Team Japan region working together effectively. So we've seen a Can-Am connection recently. What is this? Well, one's from China, one's from Japan. The Trick Prince and Strongheart respectively, but I don't know if I want to use short forms there. It might sound a bit racist or something. Would never mean it to be. Hopefully viewers wouldn't think that, but you never know. In any case, DDT. One man gang slam. Wow, they've given the chance to shine a little bit. How about this Midnight Knight? Yeah. Midnight Knight, yeah. Maybe someday the fans will be chanting that. As he throws Strongheart out of the ring. He has looked variedly impressive so far. As team leader in this condensed, let's say, version of Team Satan. Just trying to be a three-man team, a six-tag competitor. For the longest time, Team Satan was just the general and the foot soldier. They did have some success. I believe they've held both tag team championships one time. The Canada and the DFW. Dramatic Fight Wrestling. But I guess the general was thinking bigger. And, an army of two is not as impressive as an army of three. Speaking of impressive, how about that Goldberg jackhammer slam? A strong heart. Body slam. Working together on the slams here in succession at least. 2D. The assisted diamond cutter. Spinorama clothesline there. Oh, how about that? Midnight death drop. Just came up with that. Yes, I did. Sounds pretty cool. Oh, but here we go. Setting up on the turnbuckle, maybe for some sort of... Wow, I was going to say back suplex, but perhaps even more devastating, that reverse Frankensteiner. Running side kick just floors the Midnight Knight. No cells on that elbow to the spine. I guess he's just too eager to get out of there. Realizing again when discretion is the better part of valor. He may be a knight, but he's not an idiot. Seems to know when to get out of there. He hasn't let leadership go to his head. He's not trying to do all of this himself. He knows when it's time to tag. And why not tag out to such a large mammal as Will Stewart? It's a pretty good backup. It's muscular for days. Boston Crab. So rolling into the armbar. The knight is there for the save. Discus striking. And that is a lot of weight to sit on somebody with. But it's a bit early for a finish. Drop kick down low, taken away. The foundation of the bigger man. Irish whip into the abdominal stretch. The knight is in there to put a stop to that. Discus. Clothesline. Oh, wow. Deadlift, German suplex. The awesome strength of the foot soldier on display. And more awesome strength, the press. Slam. Out of the ring. And then members of Team Satan go over there to try to deal with the Trick Prince, who holds the fort down long enough for Strongheart to come in and help. But that same Strongheart eats a big boot to the face. And Warren Watson, maybe a bit of a studly guy, ladies' man. Womanizer, perhaps. Looks around the crowd to say where the chick's at. Angering all the boyfriends and husbands of the Canadian crowd. He is a heel after all. He probably was not just trying to get cheered by the Canadian fans. Oh, I was about to say figure 4 leg lock, but bridge into the figure 8. Although he eats a hoof probably to the K-Roch area. Widow's Peak Slam. One man. I almost called Will Stewart one man gang. He seems like he could be though, right? Anyway, moonsault. Well, that same one man gang took a long time to get across the ring. And you know, the Trick Prince, he's been around here a long time. He's been in tag action a long time. I don't know how much experience Warren Watson, the Midnight Knight, has with tag action, but not surprising that the Trick Prince should get one over on him in tag action anyway. So, still though, I enjoyed seeing the Midnight Knight in a prominent role. I think he's got star power. And at the same time, well, I mean, I guess we don't, with this loss for Team Satan, I guess this does not necessarily shake the general's position as the leadership of this faction. I mean, he will slide directly back into a leadership role when he gets healthy, Satan's general. And, well, some compensation for the Trick Prince then, because, I mean, the Midnight Knight and the Foot Soldier were kind of to their own designs regardless due to injury. That was no one's real choice or fault. Whereas Shota going off to do something else, kind of, to defend his junior tag championship, which is very fair. It's a responsibility, but it did sort of leave the Trick Prince in the lurch as to what to do. And he gets a win in tag action and compensation. So all around, I guess this result is fine. I don't think this disrupts too much of the status quo, and I think it was pretty fun overall. Good show, boys. Not bad for a bunch of non-Canadians. Dramatic Fight Wrestling Tag Team Championship. Match 3. We've tried to get 3-on-3s in this slot in the past. But I don't think we have any on the card, do we? But we do have on the card, though, every champion defending a title is at least led by a Canadian, or might even be all Canadian. Speaking of led by a Canadian, but not all Canadian, Team Owens, KO, Kevin, missing their third member, Type B, Big Man Complex, who is Canada's junior champion. Speaking of champions, going for a record, a DFW Tag Championship record. The Canadian members of Sharpshooter Syndicate. Fight. Two good, wholesome Canadian boys. In fact, I just saw Kevin Owens on TV recently wearing a suit of some sort with Bret Hart colors and name and stuff on it. So not much respect there shown by KO as he throws one of his Canadian heroes that came before him and paved the way for Canadian glory out of the ring. But the Hitman has got a due amount of payback since then. Eye rake. I mean, the old man's vision's already probably not so great. You're going to damage it further, KO, Kevin, with an eye rake? Assist. Powerbomb. The Canadian Sensation's in there to try to even the score, by the way. It's not just a vicious 2-on-1 assault. Sensational Irish whip at Mr. Stoic. Baseball slides between the sensational legs. And the Sensation booting his way out of the blue corner, only to go back there with the upper hand. Mr. Stoic, with perhaps a height advantage, might have helped him win that test of strength, leverage. Get up higher. Looks like we went for a Stoic spear there off the Irish whip, but the Sensation evaded that and wins the rematch on the test of strength. Back body drop into the torture grind. Trading strikes. Kick chop. Kick to the masked face of the Sensation while he was down. That was rude of you, Mr. Stoic. Body slam across the Lit Cola main sponsor logo Irish whip. Again goes for that spear, missing again. If at first you don't succeed. Try again, as they say. All four men in the ring now. Jab, punch to the sensational Mask. Mr. Stoic trying to make a point against the Canadian sensation here. Seemed like he sort of had his number there. For the most part. Reverse atomic drop, but it is a tag match. Just all sorts of things that can happen as different combinations and numbers get in the ring. Double team on the vertical suplex. Even a big man like Kevin Owens can be manhandled when it's 2 against 1. And now he's using his strength to push the action back toward the challenger corner. 2-on-1. Jumping, spinning, kick to the side of the head. Goes for a surprise roll up there. It's never going to succeed, not this early, nor in the ropes will that work. Back body drop. Attack the foundations. Ooh, one of those old school Rick Rude style neckbreaker. Which look like it would just hospitalize you. My neck is hurting right now, just thinking about it. It's uncomfortable. It's not hurting, but I'm just thinking. Thanks a lot. So the sleeper applied against the sensation. Sensational snap suplex. And dragon screw. Sensational. One of those Ric Flair shin breakers there. Running, backsplash. We're trading punches, and if you remember, Bret Hart threw some pretty realistic looking punches back in the day. Dragon screw leg whip attack the foundations of the bigger man this time. Backflip dropkick. Kevin Owens instinctively backs off, gets the heck away from that. But he plows the sensation down with a running clothesline into the chin lock. With the knee digging in the spine. Looks pretty nasty. So we get a double team now by Team Owens. Assisted powerbomb. Back to that chin lock. DDT. Team Owens looking good, and if they can wrest these titles away from Sharpshooter Syndicate, it might simplify the title match structure a little bit, because it seems like right now Owen Miller of the juniors, Type B, he's probably going to be involved in some sort of other title match anyway, whether it's single or tag. He's with the juniors. So these two members of Team Owens will have more opportunity to wrestle in two-man tag, whereas in the case of the Sharpshooter Syndicate, the Syndicate's broken up right now because of this tag title, and they would more freely compete for the 6 tag if they were not champions. They could just simply join up with blue hair wrestling later on in the main event. So that would be the upside for me as matchmaker. Frog splash, top rope, if Team Owens were to take these titles. You can see the advantages to it. But it would cost us. As guys are, oh, wow. The Sharpshooter Syndicate not a little off balance there, timing not right. But anyway, whatever. Yeah, like I say, the price of Team Owens winning, though, would be Sharpshooter Syndicate would not set the record now for defenses in a single ring.
2, 3,
And right now, the Sharpshooter Syndicate
5,
is having trouble staying in the ring. Both members
7,
cast out, power slam, running power slam outside there.
11, 12,
Kevin Owens going for a steel chair, tries to whack the Sensation with it. But the Sensation very nimbly escapes harm from that chair. It was swung with pretty bad intentions. Anyway. So busy pondering the big picture, we missed some exciting action of guys getting tossed out of the ring. I was paying less attention. Sensational Superfly. 2 count, however. Oof. Delayed Brainbuster. Looking rather sensational right now. Tag made, and we'll get some double team now. Team up, vertical suplex. Mr. Stoic needs a breather. Lucky for him, he's not the legal man. He'd be escaping the ring. Anyway, tilt-a-whirl, backbreaker. We're into the Sharpshooter now. This team named after that move. But the save was made. Assisted vertical suplex. And then a sensational sleeper hold. So, Sharpshooter Syndicate actively looking for the submission finish right now. DDT applied there. The Sensation rescues the Hitman. Applying another sleeper hold. Stoic in to make the save. He appeals to the Canadian crowd with arms raised. I don't know if he's going to get too many cheers. Being the one American getting one over on, getting the upper hand on a guy who not only has Canadian in his nickname, even wears the flag colors. Who knows? There might be some Stoic fans in the audience. That's possible. 2 count. Hitman was in there to make the save, but the Sensation was able to escape. Side Russian leg sweep. Sensation in motion with the stepping palm strike. Hitman was trying to get in there pretty swiftly to try to prevent the breakup on the pin, but still a long way to go to get that done. Northern Light suplex, but wrong side of the ring to do that. Looks like the champs have made some honest attempts at finishes here. Just not situated effectively. Sensational Superfly again. Rolls him up with the leg roll clutch, I think it's called. Sidewalk slam. Oh. Fireman's carry slam there. Looks like that might have been a trademark of Mr. Stoic that the Hitman stole. Excellently executed, although it was our view of it was obscured. Assisted powerbomb. Pretty good clothesline there. Running elbow. You remember Bret Hart had a pretty famous clothesline. Heart attack clothesline when he was back in the Hart Foundation. Team up on the vertical suplex. Bret Hart out of the ring again. Meanwhile, the Sensation's getting exploited, gets bowled over by the big Kevin Owens. Swinging neck breaker. Hitman in motion again, another running elbow. Eye rake. KO, just trying to halt the momentum here. Oh. Shin lock, submission attempt. Variation on the camel clutch. Dragon
Screw. Leg whip. Hitman body slams the big man, lures him over to the championship corner, where they attempted the double team, but KO handling himself well. Frog splash. We're deep in the champion corner again, so less likely to get a finish. The sensation wavering, but when he gets his wherewithal, he freely takes on both members of Team Owens. Delayed. Brainbuster. He's going to fly again. The sensation. Looking sensational this match. Missile. Drop kick. He's going up top for a back-to-backer. Superfly. An arrogant pin. Might even have succeeded. How much more could Mr. Stoic have left? But again, the champs have got to get this onto the red side of the ring if they're going to get this, if they're going to follow through on this finish. Oh, surprise roll-up. The crafty tag team veteran Bret Hart is in there in very good time. Although he seemed a bit confused there. I think he might have seen the sensation getting the kick out anyway. Maybe didn't want to get in the way. But 2.9. The challengers that close to not just winning these titles, but breaking the hearts of these champions who are looking to set a record. Most reigns, most wins in a single reign. These DFW tag. Vertical suplex out of the ring. We're going to have two separate fights. Headbutt with the mask. Powerbomb inside the ring. We've got a moonsault. Was that the delayed brainbuster outside the ring? Crazy action. DDT. It looked like we might have been going for the Northern Light suplex there. Backslide. But we're in the ropes. And there might have been a chance there for a finish. Vertical suplex out of the ring again. A lot of out of the ring action. And KO takes his turn trying to get the Canadian crowd support. He might just succeed being a good, wholesome Canadian boy. But then you'd figure the crowd would still have to favor the all-Canadian team. The champions. Frog splash. Irish whip, knee to the midsection. Bad part of town is Hitman, but he wisely escapes trouble. And then goes and gets help. 29 minutes, by the way. Oh my goodness. And we get the Superfly splash. And now we're deep in the champion corner, finally, for a finish attempt. Sensational finish off the Superfly. Not quite a half an hour in duration. A long, spirited, close match for these titles. And the Sharpshooter Syndicate sets a new record for these titles. Three title defenses of Dramatic Fight Wrestling Tag Team Championship, never before done. Congratulations, Sharpshooter Syndicate. 100% match evaluation, not even our first 100% this card. Very good event so far. So, I was tempted to say back to the drawing board for Team Owens, but they were right there, 2.9. Took the champs nearly half an hour, so could certainly think about running this match again. Especially if their third member, Owen Miller, is focusing on his junior career right now. Why not run this again at some point? Maybe soon. Still, DFW Tag Champions, the All-Canadian Sharpshooter Syndicate. Super diving headbutt on the finish. Match 4 for
Dramatic Fight Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. In what might fairly be said is the most called for rematch in the history of this promotion. The Baron Charles, to the cheers of millions and millions, seeks to right a wrong perpetrated by that man there, Vampiro, Dramatic Fight Wrestling's heavyweight champion. We talked about it in the intro. Vampiro took the title off the Baron through questionable methods, outright weapon use, leading to the title change. Perhaps the most controversial match we've had in terms of the outcome, in terms of what led to the outcome, rather. And so, Baron with a big boot to the belly has a chance to make things right. Pants pile driver. But he's up against Vampiro, who has been pretty successful overall in the short time he's been here in Canada. Airplane spin, classic by the Baron. In the ropes, but dizzying damage done, I'm sure. Oh, he's calling for it. The steamroller. It's been an impressive first couple minutes. And back the other way. Twice as nice. Just folding up poor Vampiro like an accordion, a squashed accordion. Chop to the neck, though. As Vampiro tries to change the complexion of these early goings. Drop kick to the back of the head. We're into the blue corner. Where the blue-clad Baron is very comfortable, I'm sure. And we'll go man-to-man in the middle. Trading blows, Vampiro being knocked back, but he holds his ground. Ultimately winning that test of strikes. Chop to the throat. Okay. Things have been kind of vicious so far, have they not? Both men have gone for the jugular, so to speak. Airplane spin again. Probably never going to see a give up there, but perhaps over time we'll see the champion become more discombobulated from all that spinning around.
5 minutes gone.
Running classic bulldog there. The unsafe way, mind you. Clothesline. The champion's got the Baron kind of reeling right now. Side, walk, slam, and he's going to fly too. The champion splats face first as the Baron has the wherewithal to get the heck out of there. Eats another one of those running bulldogs though. So now that we're 6 minutes in, I'd say both, it's been a pretty even affair. Wow, clothesline in the corner. Vampiro rather vicious and flying like some sort of vampire bat. But he's been bullied back into the corner. Running reverse avalanche. And I was about to say Vampiro being tossed from pillar to post, so to speak. But he's back out there. Pile driver and then a bit of groping there. He had his hand on his... Parents, just shield the eyes of your children maybe for this match, because that might only be the first of the... There it is again. Can we get a different camera angle? 2.9, by the way. as the champion is, oh boy, look at that. Just spinning sidekick to the face, jumping. And look at the flight. The vampire bat just soaring across the ring. The Baron desperately trying to wrest control here. Tries the small package. Maybe a little later that could be the redemption. Flying headbutt. So back to the airplane spin. Third time now. Will it pay dividends? Double arm, sit down, power bomb into the pinning combination. Baron bringing the action back toward the middle. And he'll roll him up right in the center, more or less the center. Only 2 count though, so he's behind. The challenger's behind in this match. But maybe with surprise tactics like that, he might be able to swipe this. The match seems like it's favoring the champion right now, but who knows? Anything can still happen. There's a rolling back splash there from the standing position. And oh boy, Impaler, DDT. Trying to put the nail in the coffin is the Canadian vampire. Tree of Woe. Chopping at those thick quads. Oh, and now his head, he finds his head between those same thick quads. And with pants pulled down during it. That was uncomfortable. The mind games in effect by the Baron. Did he make Vampiro a bit sexually uncomfortable there? Will it make a difference? Out of the way, moving out of the way of the Superfly attempt there. 3 count! There it is! Didn't I say? Maybe surprise was the key. Baron Charles narrowly avoided that top rope splash and then just wasted no time hooking the guy while he was stunned and disoriented. No funny business needed this time in terms of the cheating. We didn't see the weapon use this time. Maybe Vampiro just figured with all the controversy surrounding his title win, maybe he better try to win this honestly. And with weapons put aside, the millions and millions of Baronio faithful get their redemption. The title's been reclaimed. Fair and square this time. So, yeah, I'd say, well, maybe we need to see the third and decider. It's 1-1 now. Might need to see this again, but we'll worry about that later. Right now, it's celebration time for those who love Baron Charles, and I hear there's a lot of you. You're welcome. Baron Charles has regained the DFW Dramatic Fight Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Match 5 for Canada's Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. You must go back all the way to episode 3 if you want to revisit this team winning this championship. March of year 1. Wolf Hockfield and Kenny Omega on Third Time's the Charm grounds. Upset Team Terrible. And we didn't know how huge of an upset that was at the time. Going into that match, it was only 2-0 for Team Terrible against Team Canada Blue. So when Team Canada Blue won that, they were 1-2 against this team. Little did we know at the time just how ferociously dominant Team Terrible would go on to be.
There's your champions. They're on an 8 defense reign. Insane. Wolf Hockfield tries for the high kick to open it. A bit early to try a high risk move like that. Big slap. The bear slaps him down. Tries a surprise roll up, going for a half-minute finish there. Not likely. Overpowering. A bear overpowering a mere wolf. That was very good. And the shoot takedown, but kicked off, was the bear. And the wolf figuring, well, I've done my part. I've engaged. I don't want to be in here too long. It is a bear after all. Let my partner come in there. It is tag action after all. Sooner or later, Kenny's going to have to get in there. Eats the bear mare for his trouble, does Omega. Now he's getting wrestled to the floor. Omega definitely counters into the ankle lock, however. Ankle takedown. As the wrestling bear shows off his wrestling prowess. Yes, he's not just big and agile like a bear. He has technique. Isn't that just loony? Anyway. The bear bowls him over. Now we'll get our first look at Jason the Terrible. And Team Terrible may be cramped in on their own corner. They're having some trouble getting the upper hand against Omega. Omega slams his way out of the championship corner. Flying, running shoulder, not flying. Flying would have been off the top rope, I guess. Just, in motion off the ropes is more running. Okay? Running, shoulder block in any case. Now it's Jason's turn to admirably fight off 2 men at once. But the superior size and strength of Wolf Hockfield prevails there on reversing. Vertical suplex, eye rake across the face paint, or the war paint, if you will. Oh, and we're going for a foreign object here. A couple of stabs landed with that pitchfork type of tool. But credit the referee for getting in there right away and putting a stop to that nonsense before blood could be drawn. Falling face mask, headbutt, hockey mask. And Jason might have thought that he had set up that vertical suplex that time with the headbutt. Thought the wolf would be discombobulated enough, but still too powerful. As Wolf Hockfield reverses that vertical suplex. Now the bear very patiently waiting his turn to get in there to get a piece of the challengers. Jason sort of set the table for him. Now the bear can eat. Omega engaging in a series of chops. The bear prudently backing off. Drives a knee to the midsection. Standing guillotine. But early for Omega to pack that in. Even against a bear. Very patient bear who tries that Chicago Bears football charge. So the bear hug into the trip there. Omega is rescued by the wolf, who tries to toss the bear around only to get bowled over. Even Wolf Hockfield shouldn't be throwing his weight around that much. It is a bear after all. Don't get too full of your strength. You are only human after all. Reversal on the vertical suplex out of the ring, by the way. Double arm suplex into the champion's corner. Jason gets up eye raking, buying himself time to get the bear in there. As we approach 10 minutes. Wolf Hockfield booting his way through champions there. And now Team Canada Blue will seek out a 2-on-1 advantage. Well, the bear acquitted himself well. He didn't let himself get too confused by all that nonsense. He may not be a coyote, but he is wily. The bear. Bear mare into the champion's corner. Just playing with his food now, just rolling it around. Again, missing on that football charge and paying for it that time. Eating a combination of blows from one of the challengers. Toying with Omega there, just rolling him around like a log. Might want to take this a little more seriously, Bear. These are your championships. Your title belts on the line. Ankle lock submission, the Bear says nope. Or does he even articulate anything like no? He says it in the figurative sense. Does a bear even have a concept of no? I don't know. Any zoologists out there? Leave in the comments. Do you know for a fact? Or the nearest science approximates as fact. So, you know, the challengers have been in there for over 13 minutes. It's one of those elbow death drop type moves. 2 count. Okay, that's more than some people get against these particular champions. Team Canada Blue is in it. Looked like he went for the STF there, John Cena's submission. But the bear was there. Didn't take long for the bear to escape that predicament. Oh, wow. Back suplex from the deadlift position. Omega with a surprising show of strength. Do that to a bear. But you know, ain't nobody out there weak. There's an example of strength. Even the mighty Wolf Hockfield had trouble getting the vertical suplex off against the bear. Tries for that high kick again. The bear goes down low with a shot. Wolf is going high with the clothesline. Both men miss. Both mammals, sorry. Both mammals missed. And the Wolf is going to have to settle for Jason there. Looks like the bear was... The bear didn't mind getting a tag in there. Oh! High kick landed. And the bear is knocked kind of confusedly into the turnbuckle there. Gave Wolf Hockfield an opportunity to go for that submission, but the match carries on. We'll carry on into the challenger corner. Avalanche clothesline. Back suplex into the turnbuckle. The challengers, do they have something going here? Double arm. Sit down powerbomb, but Wolf is not legal at this time. Has he set up Jason sufficiently for a possible finish? Headbutt with a face mask. Another tag out. Seeing quicker tags by the champions? Are they wearing down? Is that possible?
You can't escape.
You can't escape, by the way, Jason. And then Kenny leaves the reeling Jason while he goes to focus at the matter at hand, which is the bear is legal right now. Uh-oh, uh-oh. We almost had the bear go for that submission. Which is so often curtains, 19 some odd minutes. Omega would do well to really watch out for that. If the bear gets his hands on you at this stage, it's probably over. Championship hopes up in smoke. Gets tagged out. Golden trigger.
Golden trigger.
Boom! At the 20-minute mark. You can hear the crowd. Heard the crowd cheering. Oh, but no! The bear steals it. Just when it looked like the challengers had something going there. The bear steals it, as he so often does. Didn't I just say? Terrible. Look at the designation there. Terrible bear hug. That's just plain terrible. All right, well, yeah, like I was saying, when Omega was in there, he had to be wary of just letting the bear apply that strength, that squeeze in various forms it comes in. Fittingly, the bear wins on the bear hug. Man, the challengers looked good there too. They looked like they had a real shot. But as we've seen so many times, it's just not necessarily enough. Team Terrible is they're just plain terrible tough. And, interesting note, Team Terrible was on 8 title defenses, which is a Canadian record for this promotion, but it was only tied with Ace Matt Gibson's 8 defenses when he was back in DFW, and the legacy of that title lives on in our organization. So they were tied. They each had an 8 defense reign. Ace Matt Gibson from DFW, Team Terrible from the CWP. But now that's 9 title defenses. How do I do this? 9. Defended these titles 9 times. If you remember that Ferris Bueller's Day Off reference. So now undisputedly the greatest individual title reign of any shape or size in the history of the Canada Wrestling promotion. 9 title defenses. One more and they can hit double digits. Do they have that in them? I imagine so. Stay tuned and find out. It might even be on Halloween. We'll see what the matches are there. To the shock of no one, Team Terrible. The best tag team of Canada. Canada's Heavyweight Championship. Going back to the original first event matchup, Big Mike, Big Titan. For I believe the 8th time. And for this championship, Big Titan holds the record. Single reign title defenses of 4. Should this man, Big Mike, win this match, he will set a new record for number of reigns. 4 as well. How bad do you think Big Mike wants this? To get back on top, to show he can still be back on top. How bad does the champion, as he enters the ring, want to hold on to this? He's in the midst of carving out dominance at this title that we've not seen. Think he wants to give that up? Not likely. I can just feel the hunger here. the desire by each man to achieve here. It looked like Big Titan might have been going for one of his trademark double arm suplexes. Big Mike, big enough to power out of it with a backdrop, but now leg drop back of the head by the champion. And now the reversal. There's a display of counter strength as well. Both men now have foiled the other's plans. Big Mike reverses. Vertical suplex, but there he eats the double arm suplex finally. Drop kick to the back of the head. Rotating back suplex. This rivalry was basically the heart of, well, you might argue the heart of year one. They spent half that year fighting each other. And when I checked my record book, it seems to me they fought 6 times over a 12-month span. Anyway, delayed vertical suplex, right? Trading shots, ultimately won by Big Titan. And you know, Big Mike's had a lot of success lately. Both these guys were tag team champions together. Big Mike has also had success in the 6 tag. He is a Triple Crown winner of Canadian heavyweight wrestling. But he hasn't been in this spot for a while. Whereas Big Titan has been here since, what, the beginning of year 3? It's been the year of the Titan, without a doubt. As we saw the super bomb and the vertical suplex. Arrogant pin attempt. Not probably the best plan. Shouldn't take my eyes off the screen, but I want to confirm what I was saying. Power bomb. It's a bit early for a finish. Anyway, the referee is run over, by the way, as I look back just in time to see Big Titan run the damn guy down. Referee is thrashing around as we hit the 7-minute mark. He comes too, just in time to see the crane kick. Landed by Big Mike. Big boot. Delayed vertical suplex. Now rotating back suplex again. Big Mike, however, does come back with that clothesline. Yeah, Big Titan won this championship just before the turn of year 3. And we're into September. He still holds that belt. Oh. Thought we might have seen the Elgin bomb into the corner. But instead that turnbuckle bomb also very devastating. Okay. We're nearing 10 minutes now. Stop looking at the record book, as awesome as it is. Arm breaker, Big Titan. It's one thing I've never done while these guys, this clash of the Titans is taking place, this epic clash of big men from the heart of this promotion from the very beginning, is examine record book details while these guys are fighting for the biggest prize in this promotion and in this country, in the wrestling industry. Arm breaker again. Maybe Big Titan looking to take away some of the power. There is awesome strength in Big Mike that can be employed at some point. There's the spear. Spear off the run. On the run. The referee threw a bloody mess of a face. Counts 2.9. And there's that power I was talking about. The press power slam. Could that win a title for Big Mike at some point here? He tosses Big Titan out of the ring. He's going after him. This is not a joke. No surprise this devolves into a back alley brawl. This is for Canada's heavyweight championship. There's the Falcon Arrow. Big Mike, all business out there, turning this into an absolute fight, brawl.
14, 15, 16.
Whatever method necessary to try to take this championship. Big Titan hits the exploder suplex, his finisher.
1, 2, 3.
And he breaks the heart of Big Mike after Mike had such momentum going. He was kicking the champ's ass out there on the floor. Looked like he was really trying to change the complexion of this match, but we're back in the ring. Exploder. It's been curtains for many of Titan's opponents. And it's the same again. Is it finally? I mean, we went back to the old rivalry. Sort of gave it its day in court to see if we could reignite this, which has such a rich history going back to the early days. Big Titan, however, shuts the door, slams the door squarely in Big Mike's face, denying this challenge. And Big Titan is really building a fortress around himself these days. He's got 5 title defenses now. Canada's heavyweight championship, by far the most this title is seen, and who can stop him? Big Mike, his old rival, comes out of the woodwork. Big Mike has had success against Big Titan more than once in the past. Not this time. Who can beat the champ? Who can do it? That's the question. Still Canada's heavyweight champion, Big Titan.